People, deluded, I'm back again. Arsenal 2, Southampton 2. Before we crack on, let's pour that up, man. Pour a little bit of that cover on the YouTube and that. But as you can see, people, I'm stressed right now. It's a mad thing, people. Like, listen, you lot know me. I try to keep a balanced head. I try to give you the perspective of our C games, but I'm finding that tough to do because when it comes down to it, people, I bloody love this football club. I love this club. Whether we're winning titles, which Lord knows we're not going to do for a long time, I love this club, and it's tough for me to sit here and see what I'm witnessing week in, week out, people. Now, I can't put it into words. What I can say is what we saw today against Southampton. For one, it feels like a defeat for me, people, because really we lost. We just scored in the 90th minute and we get a point. By that logic, you could say we clawed something from the game. But similar to playing against Palace, playing against Wolves, and other teams that we've played against, Villa to a degree, whether we've won, lost or draw, teams are walking away, home and away from Arsenal, thinking, yo, we could have scored 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, as Southampton could have. We should have taken 3 points. And it's appalling the way we're playing. We're not shooting, we're getting outshot by other teams. We're playing against a team that's 19th, similar to Watford, where a team that struggles to score goals at the time and they were having a poor season. They managed to do something against us. Southampton are one of the poorest scorers in the Premier League this season, people. They managed to get 2 goals today, people. You can tell Southampton prior to the game sat there and said, yo, listen, our season starts today, and fair play to them. They played all right. They should have walked away with 3 points. But that is what's peeing me off as an Arsenal fan. Teams, players are in bad form and they're looking at us as lunch meat. As you should. From a neutral perspective, Arsenal are baby food. Arsenal are tadpoles swimming with sharks, like Joe Black once said in a tune. It's that. Like, we're lunch meat. You know, if you defend decent against us, you go at us, you make the crowd kind of nervous, you exploit set pieces or whatever, or fragilities in defence, you're going to get something. I talked about... Well, the player said after the international break, we know we need to go on a run. The rest was welcome. We need to get our confidence back. If the best way to get your confidence back is, and I'm going to save Emery till last, people, the best way to get your confidence back is to play well. We're struggling to do 5-yard passes. We're not starting the game well. We're conceding against a side that is 19th, that has shipped 9 goals this season in one singular game in itself. They have scored within the first 10 minutes. We've shot ourselves in the foot. The only saving grace at that point for me, people, being at the Emirates, was that I did feel both teams would score, purely because I don't think, again, Southampton's formation was a bit weird, but I don't think they had 5 at the back officially. We had 5, they had 5, well, 4, but they were kind of playing a bit defensive in the opening stages. So I did think we cancelled each other out negatively, and that a lot of spaces was being created. So it did look like we'd get a goal, people, but it's a stupid goal. The goal we conceded is a stupid one. Before I talk about Emery, and Lord knows we can be here all day, people, speaking about Emery. You lot are professional effing footballers, people. Some of you have played for your country. Some of you have been called up for your countries and maybe not made debuts. So damn right, a lot of you have played football enough. You're switching off. Number 1 rule: play to the whistle. Play to the whistle. Fight to the whistle. We've conceded a dumb goal and shot ourselves in the foot. The manner of that goal is appalling. We're not really creating. We're not shooting. I did feel we looked a bit stronger down the left. Bellerin obviously is getting back to fitness, but I didn't see anything down the right-hand side from Bellerin of note. He did get forward, but really I was only seeing Lacazette and Tierney and Ozil here and there make things happen. But really, if we cut the crap, we're poor. I'm seeing Torreira, I'm seeing Laka, I'm seeing Aubameyang's working the flanks, which... That team has shipped goals all season. They struggled to score. One of the top goal scorers, one of the best gunmen in the league in terms of scoring goals. An absolute shooter. He's playing on the flanks. Southampton are going to relish that. But even him, yeah, he's trying to do these flicks, people, and I'm watching it. It's not happening. Torreira, 5-yard passes. Lacazette a couple of times holding on to it too long. When Ozil's got it, there's no movement. It's just dead, people. It's just dead. Like, I'll be fair to Tierney. Tierney made the mistake. I haven't watched it again, people, but from people I spoke to, they said they've seen it again. Apparently it's a stonewall penalty. From my perspective, when I saw it, it looked like a soft penalty. But Arsenal are one of the biggest, if not the biggest team that's conceded in the league from penalties alone this season. So I can't really say it's a mistake, it's a one-off, because I might not want to blame Tierney even though it's his error, but it's a number of sequences. These are choices we're making. We're unable to focus. As for our defence, the less said the better. We're at 6s and 7s. Socrates is all over the place. I can't understand Emery. On top of the obvious, I don't necessarily mind 3 at the back, but 1, if Pep's played them players there that he's playing at Arsenal, obviously they're rubbish, people, if we cut the crap, but If Pep's playing this team here, people, they're going to be a bit more attacking. When Emery's playing it, it's like half a dozen fullbacks. 1 minute they're gone, then they're not. Is it a 5? Is it a 3? And what I don't understand, yeah, fair enough, Holding's had a knock. That's why Mustafi's been called up. You haven't got your 3 best ball playing centre halves. You've got Socrates. Socrates, out of all them defenders, I think he's been poor, but you'd describe him as the closest thing you'd have in that squad to an old school sort of defender, in that he's just about defending. Why are you going to play him on the left-hand side? In a pivot or by himself, you see that Socrates has a problem playing out from the back, especially on the left-hand side. You're playing him there and you're crippling him there. And on top of how the issues with us playing out from the back, we're feeding into the opposition. That's one problem. And I felt Socrates was the one that deserved to be subbed. It looked like Chambers and Bellerin at a point in the first half, they were going to be given a lot of space, but it didn't happen. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just stale, it's lifeless, it's dull, there's no... Emery, I don't understand what Emery's on, people, and I'm not even... Is there a point? Because we can sit here, I said this at Leicester, I said this at Wolves, I said this at Palace. What going for these formations and the way he's going about things? Even Pepe, fair enough, prior to the game he said Pepe trained late, he might have had a knock, but surely at home, if Pepe's fit enough against the opposition in this sort of game, surely the manner in which we should be setting out to play, it could be a thing where Pepe is good for a 60-minute. If we do our job, 60th minute, you close out the game, you take their man there off. Nelson's on the bench. Let him come on. The fans can gas him. He's back fresh home from his injury. We're dead. We're dead. You never get the impression from Unai Emery that he wants to win a game of football. I'm tired of hearing him, like in his post-game comments, which I haven't read all of them yet, and I have to take responsibility. I have to find the solution. I have to find balance. These are excuses, man. Like, the season is done. Top 4 is still mathematically there, but like I've said on the road, people, why I've given up with that crap is because you're not seeing it from the coach. There's nothing to get behind. From the players, there's nothing to get behind, because players are not learning from their mistakes. I think Emery is the one problem in this team, because he's making them play this way, but none of these players are excelling. They're not playing for the badge. They're not even playing for themselves. Before the manager, the badge, they're not even playing for themselves. Players look like they're down in tools on Emery. I'm seeing 4 or 5 of our most valuable attacking players. They're walking, people. They're down in tools. We're equalising and whatnot, and we're shooting ourselves in the foot. Obviously, the penalty made it 2-1. We then... Lacazette managed to get his second and make it 2-2. But really and truly, people, these poor performances have been here. Doesn't matter if we've won games like Bournemouth and Aston Villa. Doesn't matter if we should have won games against Wolves and Palace where we've dropped points and just been stale. Or like today where we've had less shots, not doing anything with possession, and we've been reactionary. Emery is not proactive, he's always been reactive. People praised his substitutions when we turned games around when we was going to 22 unbeaten. Fair enough, managers make mistakes, but how many times did Emery have to do that? He's then bringing on Pepe. He's then realising that, I need to take off a centre-half. He's then tweaking things. He's bringing on Joe. Now, Joe saved the shot on the line and Joe did his thing. And I don't think Joe played poorly. But he's bringing on Joe, people. And like that seemed to me like you don't know what you're on, people. You don't know what you're trying to do. You're just bringing on man for the sake of bringing on man, really. It's appalling. The players were poor, but these performances have been here and it's not going to get better. And I said we need to get 10 to 12 points, mainly 12 points from our next 4 games. In true Arsenal fashion, there's only 9 to play for now, people. I believe next week we have Norwich away from home. Now, Arsenal in away games for the last 2-3 years. You know how it's sort of been in them fixtures there, people. We've got West Ham away soon where we've lost, people. We've got City coming up, November to early January. Palace away and Man United in the early days of January. Sorry, and from now till December is peak. Emery, if you got to do the right thing and leave, man, let's just write off the season, give it to Longbow to the end of the season. Go out and actually have a plan now. Go and find that manager, whether it's the names we've been linked with. We're never going to get Poch, but Poch, for example, or Allegri, who's not going to come here. Whoever the manager is, whether they're no name or whatever, go and find someone that genuinely fits the philosophies and the values of this football club and what the fans and what yourselves want to see. Because it's going to be costly. We know they're not going to get rid of him potentially to the end of the season. If results persist like this, it could be a different sort of thing, people. But forget it. Top 4 is gone. Europa League's the only way we'll be playing champs, and we're probably not even going to win that. For me, let's just focus on the project with the likes of Martinelli, Young Joe, Saka, Nelson. We've just signed Pepe, and whether Torreira wants to stay, these players in their teens and early 20s, get a manager who can actually improve them, and we can see a year-on-year improvement, because Emery is not that. Small hope that somehow he can turn this around, and in May I can look at this video and say I'm tweaking, but people, he's not the guy. Emery... You have to be brave to be a top 6 manager, and Emery's the furthest thing from that, people. Emery's pragmatic, and a lot of the things where's even that done, people? Where, you know, Emery's done, the assistant. Where is he? I don't even see him on the touchline at the games are shouting and them thing there anymore. It's dead, people. It's dead, man. I've had enough now, man. Today I really deeped it. Like, it's no one's telling me to spend my money in this club. Cause I love my football club, and I said I'm not gonna go Brighton. I know I'm gonna be at Brighton at home, people, but it's getting tough watching us, man, because I know we ain't got no divine right to get in Champions League and win leagues. But what I can't personally tolerate is these performances where the players and the manager, they haven't given it their all, and we haven't lost. There's not been too many times where Arsenal have lost to a position and they've been the better men. We are our own worst enemies. We shot ourselves in the foot. Southampton could have scored chances today, but we said that could have scored and arguably with a better team, which they were. But we shot ourselves in the foot. 8th minute, switching off. Now, the ref was appalling today, and there's so many things I've got lost on. The ref was appalling. Whatever his name is, he was appalling today. I'm always going to say that. I don't even want to focus on them man there, because what Premier League ref has actually shown his competence, regardless of if you support Arsenal or not. It's just not on. For me, I just want something to get behind. Just Emery, do the right thing and just hand your P45 in, man. You will get another role, people. Apparently, he was close to going to Sociedad before taking the Arsenal role. Go and do that, man, because Emery's not the guy, man. He's not the guy, man. I want to be wrong. I really want to be wrong because I love this football club, but he's not the guy. Anyone that genuinely believes in Emery right now is deluded, people. And that's coming from the self-proclaimed deluded Gooner. Like, it's jarring, people. Like, you know how much money I spent on food, on tickets, and then I don't even care about that. It's just, you know, it all comes to a head when in the 90th minute you're like, no, like, I had a good day, but we're dead, you know, like, we're mad, like, Arsenal are dead, people, man. It's a mad thing. It's a mad thing. No, I gotta get some of that again. But on that note, there ain't nothing more to say. It is what it is, man. People, stay safe. Deluded, I'm out, man. Going raving today, so it don't even matter, but I'm out.